Joining me now is former Acting U.S. Attorney General Matt Whitaker. Matt, thanks very much for being here this morning. Your reaction.
Good morning, Maria. Well, God continues to protect Donald Trump. I mean, thank heavens he's alive and well. This is a situation that obviously more protection is needed around the president. He needs to be able to go about his daily business without these types of threats. It's obviously a serious threat environment for him, and he needs more resources protecting him, as I believe his team has requested.
Well, once again, after this attempt, President Trump said, quote, "Nothing will slow me down." And he continues to fight. But let me say, Matt, after the first assassination attempt on his life, President Biden said that there could be more coming. The FBI said, based on their own knowledge and reporting, there could be more attempts on his life. So if we knew that there would be more attempts on his life, why wasn't there more protection for President Trump?
Yeah, this is one of the fundamental questions, and now we have two investigations looking into that. We have a congressional investigation that must be completely transparent. All those investigations need to be completely transparent. Congress needs to get the information they're requesting, and they need to make sure that the perimeter is expanded around Donald Trump so nobody can have a rifle within 300, 400, 500 yards of him. I mean, this is outrageous that, we're told that they're learning the lessons, but that the same exact thing has now happened twice. This time, thank goodness, no shots were fired at the president, is my understanding. But it's too many mistakes are being made, and he is being left in very vulnerable positions.
Well, I mean, look, you just said it, that we need more enforcement and protection around President Trump, and yet they're not doing it. We're not even getting any information. We just spoke to Pat Fallon. He's on the Trump assassination attempt task force. He says that the Secret Service, the FBI have been slow walking information. Why?
Yeah, because this is the Fed way, unfortunately, and it needs to stop immediately. They need to provide the information. Congress needs to have all of the information so that they can make these decisions. But, the hyperbolic language on the left also needs to stop. They need to stop menacing Donald Trump and motivating people to come out and make these attempts on his life. I mean, all of this hyperbolic language needs to stop, and Biden and Harris need to lead right away on it.
Well, that's right, and that's what Miranda Devine writes this morning in the New York Post. The title, "Reckless Rhetoric from Democrats and the Media Are to Blame for Second Trump Assassination Attempt." The Federalist writes the same thing, basically saying, yeah, we heard that they were going to lower the temperature, and yet that's exactly the opposite of what they did. The Democrats called him the next Hitler, a threat to democracy, primary spreader of fascism, and an existential danger to the country. I mean, please, Matt, we know what the media and the leading Democrats are doing with this rhetoric. I want to get your take on what needs to be done. What law enforcement measures need to be put in place now for something like this, and what did Secret Service detail look like for past presidents and candidates?
Yeah, well, they will tell you that they are giving him a normal service detail for past presidents and candidates, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is the threat is so high, that type of protection is not working. We've seen it now twice. I mean, how many more times do we need to see this, Maria? We need more protection around the president. They need to push out the perimeter around him, but he still has to be allowed to go about his daily business and to make sure that he can successfully campaign for president, because, that's this obviously they're trying to take his life, but it's also they're trying to silence him by creating a zone around him that doesn't allow him to be himself and doesn't allow him to use his, kind of what has made him successful because of this massive threat environment that they've created by their, the rhetoric and that is highlighted in those stories you mentioned.
Right, and one of the leaders in terms of the Secret Service earlier said Trump was not given the complete perimeter protection because he's not a sitting president. Really? So because he's not a sitting president, the threat is not there when we know that there are threats on his life, when we know that the FBI said that they have information to show that there will be more of this?
Yeah, and remember, what that says is that they are willing to leave him vulnerable to these types of attempts from, outside of a very small zone of, 300, 400, 500 yards. and remember this, this is just from these domestic folks we've seen that currently there are no ties to international or terrorism organizations. But remember, the Iranians desperately want to take out Donald Trump. And so, you overlay that on top of it. And I just think the Secret Service is not at the highest levels are not making the right decisions on how to keep President Trump safe.
Yeah, there's a fatwa on Mike Pompeo's back as well from the Iranians. So you mentioned the Iranians want to take him out. So did the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese Communist Party does not want Trump back in the White House. So we don't know the kind of rhetoric and propaganda that they're pushing on TikTok and Weibo and what kind of an impact that has either.
Right.
Matt, we're going to be watching all of this. We so appreciate your insights. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks, Maria. Good to see you.
Matthew Whitaker.